ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಭುವನ್. ನಾನು 3ನೇ ತರಗತಿ ಸಿ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಸತ್ಯವಂತ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಒಂದೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನೇಶ ಎಂಬ ಯುವಕನಿದ್ದ. ಅವನು ತುಂಬ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಊರಿನ ಜನರು ಅವನನ್ನು ಸತ್ಯ ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಆದರೆ ದಿನೇಶನಿಗೆ ಸಮಯದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿಜಾನ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಊರಿನ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು ದರೋಡೆಕೋರರು ಬರುತ್ತಾರೆ ಎಂದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಊರಿನ ಜನರು ಅವರ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರಹಸ್ಯವಾದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಕಾಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಕೊಂಡರು. ಆದರೆ ದಿನೇಶ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಏನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಅವನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪತ್ತು ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ದರೋಡೆಕೋರರು ಬಂದರು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕಿದರು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬರೀ ದಿನೇಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕದ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಏ ದಿನೇಶ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹೇಳು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಬಾಯಿ ಬೀಳಿಸಿದ. ಆವಾಗ ದಿನೇಶ ಎಂಬ ಸಮಾಧಾನ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಭಾಷೆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಾಯಿ ಬಿಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪತ್ತು ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಆ ರಹಸ್ಯವಾದ ಜಾಗ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಕೊಂಡರು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ. ಈ ಕಥೆಯ ನೀತಿ, ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಜವನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम भारती है. आज मैं आपके सामने एक कहानी प्रस्तुत करने जा रही हूँ. इस कहानी का शीर्षक है जादुई पत्थर. एक बार एक मूर्तिकार था. उसका एक बेटा था. उसने उसके लिए कुछ पत्थर ढूंढ के लाए और उससे कहा, बेटा तुम इससे एक मूर्ति बनाओ. बेटे ने हाँ बोलकर उसे एक मूर्ति बनानी शुरू कर दी. जैसे ही उसने एक पत्थर को उठाया और मूर्ति बनाना शुरू किया, उसने पत्थर ने कहा, अरे अरे मेरे को क्यों ठोक रहे हो, मुझे दर्द हो रहा है. तो उसने दूसरे पत्थर को उठाया और फिर मूर्ति बनानी चालू कर दी. दूसरे पत्थर ने दर्द सहन कर कर मूर्ति बन ली. तब उस मूर्ति को आते थे, लेकिन जो मूर्ति नहीं बने वाला पत्थर था उस पे लोग नारियल फोड़ के जाते थे. तो उस पत्थर ने कहा, अरे पत्थर तुम्हारी तो लोग पूजा करके जाते हैं, मेरे पे तो लोग नारियल फोड़ के जाते हैं. तो उस पत्थर ने कहा, अगर तुमने उस दिन दर्द सह लिया होता तुम मेरी जगह होते. इससे हमें ये सीख मिलती है, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. धन्यवाद.
Good morning. Today I am going to narrate a story. Its title is Jasmine's Luck. One day there lived a girl named Jasmine. She lived with her parents. Her father's name was Gilbert and her mother's name was Nancy. So until Jasmine was 7, it was a very happy life. But when she became 7, her mother Nancy became very ill and she died. Many doctors tried, but it couldn't work. So at last she died. After that, Gilbert, Jasmine's father, married to another woman. Her name was Daisy. So, firstly, Daisy was very good. She cooked delicious food to Jasmine. She gave nice clothes. She readied her. So, till then, it was very happy. But until she got a sister, it was very fine. But as a sister was born to her, Nancy, Daisy started to ignore Jasmine. So, Jasmine could not bear this. She bared this for 2 years, but after that it became too much for her, and she, at midnight, she took her pocket money and sneaked out of her house. And after a long journey of 2 days, she reached a town. While she was wandering in the streets of the town, she found an old beggar who was in a pathetic condition. His clothes were torn, he was injured, and he was very hungry. So Jasmine took pity on him and gave him something to eat. And for his living, she gave him 2 gold coins. After that, the beggar, who was very happy, blessed heartfully to Jasmine. After that, Jasmine continued her journey. On the way, he saw a man who was beating a cow, and Jasmine recalled her mother's advice. She said that a cow is very sacred animal. So when you see anyone who is beating or hurting a cow, even he is older than you, stop him, because he may get any bad curse or bad luck. So immediately Jasmine went and pulled the man off, and the man screamed out to Jasmine. The man asked angrily, "Why did you pull me off? I want to beat that cow. It entered my farm and ate almost all of my rice and grass." So Jasmine said, "My mother said that the cow is a very sacred animal. Whoever beats them will face bad luck." So the man said sorry to Jasmine and said, "I'll never beat cows from now." And he ran away. And Jasmine continued her journey. On the way, the cow ran up to her and said, "May I join you?" Jasmine readily agreed. So the Jasmine and the cow went on together till it was night. And to take rest, Jasmine was about to sit. Then the cow transformed into a fairy. The fairy said, "I am pleased with your kindness. So you may ask a boon." So Jasmine replied, "I want my stepmother be good and kind-hearted to me. I don't want her to be mean to me." So the fairy granted Jasmine the wish, and then under her breath she muttered another magic spell. The magic spell was that when Jasmine will ask that boon, that the stepmother will be good and kind-hearted to her, Jasmine will think that because I asked the fairy a boon to be kind and good-hearted, so this is not the real. So she would not be affectionate to her. So the fairy made a magic spell like that, which would make Jasmine forget that she asked her to make stepmother kind-hearted and good. So After that, Jasmine continued her journey happily, and when she reached home, she found her stepmother helping her father to sow the seeds. So as soon as the stepmother and her father saw Jasmine, they were overwhelmed with joy. So they came and hugged Jasmine, and they asked her, "Where were you there all these days?" Jasmine smiled, and she was affectionate to her stepmother from that day onwards. Thank you.
A very warm good evening to one and all present here. I am Yashaswini from 7B. Today I would just like to narrate a small story for you all. The title of the story is The Donkey and the Boss. Once his master, the herb seller. Like his other fellow friends, our herb seller also used the donkey to load his herbs and sell it in the town. Everything was fine with our donkey except from the fact that he just wanted to get rid of his master, as he thought that there was more work for him to do. Hence, one day he prayed to God Jupiter to ask a wish. And he asked the wish as he just wanted to get rid of his master. He told all bad things about the master. That he never gave him food, he ill-treated him, and it made him very sad. Hence, our god Jupiter was forced to give the wish. But before that, he warned him, "Please think about your wish before asking for it." And our donkey just ignored his talks, and hence our Jupiter gave his wish and made the donkey to be sold to a tile maker from his master for money. At first, our donkey thought that there was less work in the brick field, but that was actually wrong. There was more work and heavy loads for our donkey to bear, and that was the problem. So again, our donkey prayed to God Jupiter for another wish. And this time, the same wish. Again, our god Jupiter warned him. But as usual, our donkey ignored his talks. And god Jupiter made our donkey to be sold to a tanner from his previous master for money. And also told that this would be his last wish which would be accomplished. And at first, our donkey felt very good in that place, but a little problem while sleeping because the shed was stinky. But he thought that it was way better than the previous masters, as he didn't had any work to do. But after some time, he realized that he was just locked up between four walls, and he was like puppet, moving here and there according to his tanner. And his tanner would not even spare him after his death. And as he realized this, he wanted to just get rid of his new master, but that was not possible. So he tried his best to go out of his puppet's hands. But as it was not possible, he just cried and lived there forever. The moral of the story is, greediness is always towards the open well, as sometimes mistakes made by mistakes are great mistakes. Thank you and have a nice day.
सबको मेरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम श्रद्धा राघवेंद्र नायक है। मैं 5वीं कक्षा में पढ़ती हूँ। आज मैं आपके सामने दोस्तों, हम अक्सर देखते हैं कि लोग सफलता के अंतिम क्षण में हार मान लेते हैं और असफलता मिलने पर दोबारा प्रयास नहीं करते। आज मैं आपके सामने उत्तराखंड के एक छोटे से गांव पर एक कहानी प्रस्तुत करना चाहती हूँ। यह गांव पहाड़ी इलाके में था, जहाँ एक लड़की अपने माता पिता के साथ रहा करती थी। उसका नाम था गौतमी। वह एक गरीब परिवार से थी। वह शिक्षा में उत्कृष्ट और उसका सपना यूपीएससी पास कर आईएएस बनना था। स्नातक के बाद उसने आईएएस की तैयारी का फैसला किया। इस तरह समय बीतता गया और उसकी तैयारी चलती रही। एक दिन यह समय आ गया कि उस दिन गौतमी की आईएएस की परीक्षा थी। वह परीक्षा केंद्र पहुंची और परीक्षा दी। परीक्षा में उसे कई प्रश्न तो आते ही थे, लेकिन कई प्रश्न में वह असमर्थ थी। उसने कहीं से कोचिंग भी नहीं ली थी, क्योंकि वह एक गांव में रहती थी और वह कोचिंग की सुविधा नहीं थी। जब वह परीक्षा देकर वापस घर आई तो उसके चेहरे में खुशी नहीं थी। वह बेबस लग रही थी और परेशान भी। उसके पिता बहुत उम्मीद लगाए बैठे थे। जैसे ही गौतमी घर आ पहुंची, उसके पिता ने कहा कि बेटा, परीक्षा कैसा हुआ? गौतमी ने बहुत परेशानी से कहा कि पिताजी, ठीक ही हुआ है। अब उसे चिंता होने लगी, लेकिन उसने अपनी तैयारी रोकी नहीं। उसने अपनी तैयारी जारी रखी। उनके मन में कहीं ना कहीं यह बात आती थी कि अगर पहले प्रयास में उसने अर्हता नहीं लिया तो अगले प्रयास में वह जरूर अर्हता कर लेंगी। उसने घर आकर सारे प्रश्न देख लिए और उसे एहसास हुआ कि उसके तैयारी में क्या क्या कमी है। उन कमियों को दूर करने के लिए वह दिन रात मेहनत करती रही। जब अगली परीक्षा आई, वह परीक्षा हॉल पहुंची और परीक्षा को विश्वास और बुद्धि से सवाल के जवाब लिखी। जब वह परीक्षा देकर वापस घर आई तो उसने अपने पिता को गले लगाया और विश्वास दिलाया कि इस बार वह आईएएस बनकर रहेगी। कुछ दिनों के बाद परिणाम आता है और वह उत्तीर्ण हो जाती है। अब वह गौतमी नहीं, आईएएस गौतमी बन चुकी थी। तो दोस्तों, हमें इस कहानी से क्या शिक्षा मिलती है कि कई बार हार भी जरूरी होती है। तो हमें यह सबक जो बेहतर होने का मौका देती है। तो हार से कभी डरे नहीं। धन्यवाद।
A very warm good morning to one and all present here. I am Sinchana from class 6th. Today I am going to narrate a story. The title of the story is True Friendship. The characters are two boys. Once upon a time, two boys went on a walk. They did not know the route. They suddenly entered the forest. But the forest was unknown forest, like he did not know where he is located exactly. They two were going. Suddenly they saw a bear came. Then two boys, Soham and Roham. In the Roham climbed. He was fear of that bear and climbed up the tree. And the Soham, the boy who was very faithful to his friend and loyal to his friend, seeing the bear, Roham went upon, climbed the tree. But Soham, what can he do now? The bear was seeing Soham, and he suddenly lied down on the ground and stopped his breathing. Then bear saw the Soham, and the bear confirmed that he is died. But when bear gone, he saw that Soham was not dead. It was his acting. He remembered that once his grandfather told that when a bear is facing towards to you, we have to simply lie down and we have to stop our breathing. Then bear will not eat the human beings. It is died. So the remember of his grandfather, and this story convinces us that a friend in need is a friend indeed. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Today I am going to talk about a story. The topic, the check, a piece of paper. Once upon a time lived an entrepreneur. He was starting up a business. His dream from the childhood was to start a huge company and make it very successful to live in lavish riches. Then he started a company after turning 18. He was very happy. But one thing very sad happened. His company went into utter loss. He was completely devastated. He was very sad and went and sat below a tree near a road. An old man was walking on the road. He saw this old man and was like, "Oh, what's the problem with this guy? Let's go and meet him." He went towards the young man and asked him, "Son, what's your problem?" The young entrepreneur replied, "I started up a business. This was my childhood dream. But now the business has completely gone into loss and the money lenders are behind me for money and also my employers are asking for their monthly salaries." The old man said, "Don't worry about this. I will help you." He took out his checkbook. The man was surprised. He thought he would just give him a small token of money to encourage him. But it wasn't. It was a check from a person that he didn't come to recognize. He thought, after seeing the check, he came to recognize that the man was none other than Elon Musk. The check was written for $5 lakh. Not 5, not 50, not 500, not even in rupees, but of $5 lakh. The man went into complete surprise. He was shocked. He didn't have any words in his mouth. The young entrepreneur came with a complete verge of confidence. He said, "Now I will not cash this check, but I will completely take new loans, pay the old ones, and start up my business again." So the man did like this only and made some critical changes in his business. This turned to a complete success. His loans was paid just within 5 months and he had started to earn in millions within a year. Then after an year, he wanted to meet the old man who had helped him and wanted to return his check. Soon, the old man came near the tree and he was waiting for it. He went to him running and said, "Thank you. Your check given last year helped me so much. Now I am very happy. Now I am very rich, and I want to thank you and return this check back to you." But the old man said, "This was just a small token." But suddenly a nurse came running. She caught hold of the man. The young man was surprised. He asked the nurse, "What's the matter?" The nurse replied, "This is an old psychic man. He had run away from the hospital. He has an habit of telling that he is the great man Elon Musk and tricking people. But who would believe him?" The young man was completely surprised. He was shocked. A small piece of paper with no value had just saved his life and turned him to a rich man. Moral of the story is, confidence with even a small piece of paper can make you completely successful in life. So never believe in other things, believe in yourself and you will completely succeed in life. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम हेमंत है। आज मैं आपके सामने एक कथा बोलने आया हूँ और उसका नाम है बुद्धिवंत का मनुष्य। वो बुद्धिवंत का मनुष्य रहता था अमेरिकन कंट्री में, न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में। न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में बहुत कुछ था, बड़े बड़े बंगले थे, महल थे, सब थे। और ये बुद्धिवंत के मनुष्य के पास एक कार था जो $20 लाख की थी, जो इंडियन करेंसी में होती है 2 करोड़। वो कार का नाम था पोर्शे। और उसको एक काम के लिए इंडिया जाना था। तभी वो सोचता है, क्यों ना मेरा गाड़ी को मैं बैंक में दे दूं, वो लोग उसको सेफ्टी में भी रख सकते हैं। बाद में वो सोचते हुए बैंक को जाता है। बैंक में जाते वक्त तब बैंक मैनेजर से पूछता है, मुझे $10,000 की लोन चाहिए। तभी वो बैंक मैनेजर बोलता है, हम आपको ऐसे ही नहीं दे सकते, आपको कुछ हमको श्योरिटी देना पड़ेगा। तभी वो मनुष्य बोलता है, ठीक है, मैं आपको मेरा गाड़ी 1 हफ्ते के लिए दे दूंगा। बाद में वो इंडिया जाके काम करके आने के बाद वो 1 हफ्ते होने के बाद काम करने के बाद वो आता है और गाड़ी लेके जाता है। तो जाते वक्त बैंक मैनेजर पूछता है कि आपने क्यों, आपके पास सब कुछ है, पैसा है, बंगला है, सब है, लेकिन आपने क्यों हमसे केवल $10,000 क्यों लिया? तभी वो मनुष्य बोलता है, हाँ मेरे पास सब कुछ है, मेरे पास जो गाड़ी थी वो वर्ल्ड में किसके पास भी नहीं है, और जो मैं मेरा घर के पास रख देता था वो कोई चोरी कर सकता था, नहीं तो उसको कोई कुछ खराब कर सकता था, इसीलिए मैंने बैंक में रखा। ये बैंक में सेफ्टी भी रहती है और सिक्योरिटी भी रहती है। ये कथा का मॉरल है कि हमको बुद्धि रहने से हम सारे काम को अच्छे से कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
शुभ प्रभात। मेरा नाम सरन्या मुर्मू है। मैं कक्षा 3री की छात्र हूँ। आज मैं आपको एक कहानी सुनाने जा रही हूँ जिसका नाम है सबसे बड़ी सीख। यह कहानी 3 दोस्तों की है, ज्ञान, धन और विश्वास। तीनों बहुत अच्छे दोस्त थे, तीनों में बहुत प्यार था। एक दिन किसी वजह से तीनों को अलग होना पड़ा, तो तीनों ने एक दूसरे से सवाल किया कि इसके बाद हम कहाँ मिलेंगे। तो इस पर ज्ञान ने कहा, मैं मंदिर, मस्जिद और किताबों में मिलूंगा। धन ने कहा, मैं अमीरों के पास मिलूंगा। विश्वास चुप रहा और कुछ ना बोला। जब दोनों दोस्तों ने उससे चुप रहने का कारण पूछा तो विश्वास रोते हुए कहा, मैं एक बार चला जाऊं तो मेरा वापस आना बहुत मुश्किल है। यह कहानी हमें यह सिखाती है, ज्ञान और धन जब चाहे तब हम प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, लेकिन विश्वास एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो एक बार टूट जाए तो उसका वापस आना बहुत मुश्किल है। धन्यवाद।
Good evening. As I have already introduced that my name is G. Srivas Reddy from class 7B, and today I am going to talk or narrate a story. My story's title is A Strange Boy. Once upon a time in England, in a house there lived a boy named Tom Marvolo Riddle. He lived with his father and mother, Dora Riddle and Marvolo Riddle. Nobody in the family knew that Tom's mother was a witch, a good one. But Tom, until one day, discovered his mother's secret while he was sneaking upstairs to dress quickly and to go and play. But while he was sneaking across the kitchen door, he heard strange sounds like murmuring words and tick-tick of the clock, etc. When he peeped in through the door, he saw an astonishing thing that he almost fainted. He saw that his mother was performing magic, like she made utensils clean themselves and plates stack and cook itself. And with this he was almost astonished and was about to faint, but he was also flooding with questions. He wants to ask his mother instantly, but he couldn't find the right time. When he returned home, he went into his mother's bedroom and asked all the questions. Firstly, his mother actually acted like she did not know anything. In the end, after much persuasion, she ended up that she was a witch, and she studied in a magic school where she learned many magical tricks. with which Tom had saw everything in the kitchen. Then Tom asked, "Shall I also be able to learn in the school?" Then Tom's mother said, "Yes. When you turn 12, you can go and be in the school." His birthday was not long after. It was just the next month. That's why Tom was very much excited. He started making preparations for his school after asking his mother many questions like, where did the magic people live, and many other questions like how did they perform magic, etc. When he came of age, his mother took him to the magical place, which was Nocturne Alley, where he bought his wand, etc. When he studied in his Hogwarts school, which is of magic, he passed and graduated in the school and became an officer in the Ministry of Magic, and he was in a great position. His position was to fight against the dark wizards. Thank you.
मेरा नाम वेदांत है और मैं आज आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाने जा रहा हूँ 99 रुपए की। एक बार की बात है, एक छोटे से गांव में एक पिता, उसका बेटा और उसकी माता रहती थी। और वो पिता हर दिन काम पे जाता, 2 रुपए से खाना, 1 रुपए का खाना और 1 रुपए की मिठाइयाँ और खिलौने लेके आता। पर एक दिन जैसे ही वो घर से बाहर निकला, उसके पैर में कुछ लगा और उसने जब नीचे देखा, उसे एक पोटली दिखी जिसके अंदर पैसे रखे हुए थे। वो घर जाता है और सबको बताता है क्या हुआ था, और सब खोल के देखते हैं पोटली को, उसमें कितने रुपए थे। जब वो गिनता है, उसे पता चलता है कि उसके अंदर सिर्फ 99 रुपीस थे, 99 रुपीस। और उसे लगता है कि मैंने गलती कर दी। फिर और एक बार गिनता है तो उसे पता चलता है उसने गलती नहीं की थी, 99 रुपीज ही थे। तो उसने सोचा चलो उसे 100 रुपए की पोटली बना देते हैं। तो जाता है और इस दिन बहुत काम करके आता है और 2 रुपए और 50 पैसे कमा के लाता है। और इस बार वो खिलौने या मिठाइयाँ नहीं लेके आता, वो सिर्फ 1 रुपए का खाना लेके आता है। बच्चे मायूस हो जाते हैं। और एक दिन और जब वो उसके पास बच जाते हैं 1 रुपए 50 रुपए, 1 रुपए 50 पैसे, और फिर वो उसे पोटली में डाल देता है, जिससे वो 100 रुपए 50 पैसे बन जाते हैं। और उसे लगता है चलो इसे 155 रुपीज बना देते हैं। फिर दूसरे दिन काम करता है और ज्यादा पैसे लेके आता है। और इस बार तो वो सिर्फ 50 रुपए का खाना लेके आता है और बाकी सब पैसे पोटली में डाल देता है। दिन बीतते जाते हैं, उसका लालच बढ़ते जाता है। लालच बढ़ते जाता है। और एक दिन वो खाना भी नहीं लेके आता है और कुछ नहीं करता है, बस पोटली हो जाती है। उसकी बीवी भाग जाती है। बीवी भाग जाती है, बच्चे छोड़ देते हैं और फिर वो पोटलियों के साथ रह जाता है। Moral of the story.
Helping others is the way to help ourselves. If you light a lamp in someone else's life, it's the way to the brightness. Good morning, good evening everyone. Today I am going to tell a part of the epic Mahabharata. One day, Krishna and Arjuna were taking their usual walk when they came across an old Brahmin who was begging. Taking pity on his conditions, Arjuna gave him a bat of gold coins. The Brahmin was overjoyed. Next, day, he went to his home. While he was going, he passed through a forest. He came across a gang of thieves who robbed all his gold coins. So he next day again went to beg. Arjuna asked him what happened. After listening to his story, he again got pity and again gave him a large diamond. And he went back to his home. In his home, he put the large diamond inside an unused pot. But his wife came and took the unused pot to bring water. The next day, he woke up earlier to sell the diamond in the shop. But he didn't notice the large diamond. Next day, he again went to bed. This time, Arjuna asked him what happened. Arjuna, the old Brahmin, told, this time it was not in the pot. And again, Krishna came in between and gave him only 2 pennies. Can you think, what will the 2 pennies work to that old Brahmin if the gold coins and the large diamond couldn't help him? This question was also asked by Arjuna. Krishna told that let's see. While he was going back to his home, he came across a fish it was struggling for its life. It was choking. He thought that anyways these 2 pennies will not help him to buy food. At least he can save this fish's life. He took that 2 pennies and purchased the fish. He saw that something was stuck in its throat, which when he opened it, he saw the very large diamond which was lost. He was overjoyed and shouted, "What I found! See here what I found!" Everyone looked at him. The same robber was passing through the road. When he listened to the shouting of the old Brahmin, he recognized the Brahmin and he thought that he is shouting because he noticed him. But really, it was the large diamond. He went there and gave his all gold coins, and Brahmin became overly joyed and went to home. But while he was doing, he went to Arjuna and told everything. Arjuna asked how it can be possible to Krishna. Krishna told, if you help someone, you are doing the God's work. If you are doing God's work, God will help you in any other ways. So God helped you. In this case, you helped that old Brahmin. So I helped you. So if is the way to get to the enlightenment. Then he asked how it can be possible. So he told, if you add something to others' life, God will help you. So last twice, he had gold coins and large diamond, and he was thinking about himself and not about others. But in last time, he had 2 pennies. He thought about the fish. He was caring to that fish and any other organism. So he gave that 2 pennies to save that. So he gave another person's life. So Krishna told, if you help someone, God will help you. Thank you, everyone.